fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Toronto Thunderbirds and the Cincinnati Bengals. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Here we go, here we go. 180! 56!
On first down, it's Taylor. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Taylor. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1.
56. Mike, 56.
Hey, Steve 6. Steve 6.
I got 56.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
All day, just like that. Just like that.
Now they'll throw with Garoppolo. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
No. 319.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. This will be caught by Brown. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
Switch. Check that. Hey, black.
First carry for Christian McCaffrey. He'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Rodgers escaping the pressure right. And he fires one incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
He's crashing. He's checking crash.
Throwing is Rodgers. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Nick Bosa make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
We always talk about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. And it bangs off the left upright and deflects away. It's no good. And this will remain a scoreless game. Well, that hollow metal sound is the bane of any kicker's existence, and here, that sound is going to keep our game scoreless.
And you can see him give that body English as the ball was in the air. Come on, baby, come on. But no dice that time.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
You ain't going nowhere.
12.
56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike. Watch the run. Watch the run.
There's Garoppolo to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Here we go. Wait, 80! 21.
We got to get this stop here, D. 56 the Mike.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. A gain of 4 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they were in field goal range the last time out, but couldn't connect.
And it's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
Rodgers now on 1st down. Buying time to his left. Now he's got a man, complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Give him 32 on the play. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. We're scoreless after 1.
Box it.
Watch the whip.
Challenge. Don't let challenge.
Just stick down.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
11.
Throwing on 2nd down. Garoppolo. He's letting this one go for Fuller. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Will Fuller, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Point after by Lambo, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Jump out!
57's the mic. Watch 57.
Hey, Will!
57's the mic.
Get up!
To throw is Rodgers. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. Coming into the week, he's the NFL's leader in receiving yards. There's his first catch, and it's good for a first down. Of course, he was solid last week. AFC Offensive Player of the Week award. 2 touchdowns in that game.
Yeah, he's playing at a level right now where he's just breaking down defenses. Makes me remember when I was playing and my defensive back coach told me, listen, if you give up a touchdown pass, that's on me. I didn't coach you well enough. If you give up a second one, that's on you. And if there's a third one, I'm getting someone else in the game.
25, check 25, check 25. Okay, over here. Wide left. Crunch.
On first down, Rodgers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Bosa in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front, nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Another try after the first down sack. Rodgers. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Nick Bosa has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
Check three.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Taco Charlton. That's now back-to-back sacks, and it brings up fourth down. Now Jordan Berry on to kick this one away. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Take it at the 37. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4.
21.
2 minutes on the clock. Second quarter. 7-0 ball game. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Mike, 56, right there.
On second down at 4, Garoppolo. It's brought in here by Willie Snead. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 22 yards there, a first down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. They'll run on first down. It's Taylor, and the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Here we go. 180.
55. Let's go.
Black.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Montez Sweat. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long? From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Looking for Snead, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes.
So it's 3rd and long, and you know this is going to be a pass. So defensively, they're bringing an extra defensive back and just blanket the field. And this is an ill-advised throw right here as it winds up being picked off easily.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. A new life now following the late turnover. Maybe a chance for points here before the break.
Yeah, pretty nice situation they find themselves in because they're really maybe one completion away from giving their kicker a shot. And that gives them a chance to get some points up on the board.
He'll find Metcalf. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
58.
Let's go, team. It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day.
Undercrush. Shit. Hey, pick 26.
To throw, it's Rodgers. And the catch made by Hilton. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. That first down completion only netted them 3. 2nd and 7.
Let's 57's right. It's a party now. Check 31. Check 4.
Now Rodgers. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on third down.
Bravo. Check Mike 57. Mike 57.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. There goes a deep ball, end zone, and that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. It'll be a 49-yard attempt from the left hash. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken very short. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
First down and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Check 30. Switch. Hey, wahoo. 57's the mic. Watch the screen again.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
57's right. Watch the twist. Slam. SOS.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
On first down, this is McCaffrey, and he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Unfortunately for you, you've been around me for a little while now, so you know me as well as anyone and how I look at a game. I don't ever advocate abandoning anything, but in this case, I'm going against my own thought process. You got to change it up. You got to start throwing it around a little bit, finding ways to try and move the ball because keeping on the ground just isn't working for them.
Yeah, maybe get him the ball out of the passing game, a swing pass outside or something, just something to vary it up. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a third and about 7 left.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on third.
You got tight. You got tight right there. Check.
Now Rodgers operating from the gun. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. Nico Hardman, the intended target. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good.
And now the rookie's free. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bengals, they widen their lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
This one taken just inside the 10. And a nifty return there as he's all the way up past the 40-yard line.
It's the third quarter, and they're down on the scoreboard, and while no one wants to hit the panic button just yet, points are a necessity on this drive. What a great way to get set up.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
At the 42-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Bosa in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now it's Rodgers. Looking deep for Hilton. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Here we go, here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And, Charles, you'd have to think this is where you want to start taking some time off the clock.
Oh, definitely, because you got the lead, right? You take a good look up there and you say, okay, what do we need to do here? Well, you're not in full-out protect mode. You want to make sure you run it, throw it safe, take some time off, and eat it up.
It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 19-yard line.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. 180!
56.
Hey, tighten down. There you go.
They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Here we go. 180!
56. You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing.
On 3rd down, it's Taylor, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. This is taken at the 23. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. Back to the NFL scoreboard for his second, 3rd quarter in Indy. And the Colts have opened it up a bit, leading by 2 scores. Dak Prescott with 1 touchdown pass thus far. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Inside.
Rush in. Show it up.
Throwing now is Rodgers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Like a freight train off the edge, Calais Campbell with a sack. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The offense on 3rd down, they've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Check 26, check 26. Hey, 88. 319. Zoom. Motion backfield. Hey, orbit.
57's the mic. Watch 57. Here we go, D. Anxious.
Operating from the gun, Rodgers. And unable to connect, incomplete. Give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Check 43. Kill.
Run it 50. Hey, you block over here. Back north. 319.
Rodgers going to go on 4th down. And no, It's incomplete. The fourth down pass play doesn't work out. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Switch it. Come on, switch it.
Garoppolo looks to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all, and to me it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt. Obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Almost down, baby. Let's go. Let's go.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Out.
Check.
Clear.
Press them.
Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming.
Now Rodgers. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 47. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here.
Here we go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 49-yard line.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Here's Snead as they run the jet sweep. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The Bengals on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. They run with Taylor. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Now here's a timeout coming on the defensive side of the ball. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Cincinnati. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket.
They'll take over. First down and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. Rodgers now 8 of 17 so far, so under 50%, but he's got a 1st and 10.
49, check your ball. Check 52.
57.
Rodgers now from the gun, he'll throw. This one into the hands of Metcalf. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game.
No. Ship. Inside.
Watch the ship.
Hey, exit.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. It's the linebacker, Michael Kendricks. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the The Bengals drive about to get going. Turnover that just got them the football back. Obviously a big one, because had they been able to score on the other side, this would have been a one-possession game.
So you don't sense full relief here, then?
No, I don't. Especially with the ball this deep in their own territory, because you make a mistake, they've got it right back in prime position.
They certainly do. So now, almost like a 4-minute offense, right? Take care of this bad boy. Make sure the other team doesn't touch it, but move it with consistent gains. Wear down the clock and make them use their timeouts in this situation.
They'll keep it on the ground. Taylor, and they'll get him down up past the 15. 12 yards that time, and a Cincinnati first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
On first down, Taylor brings it up just shy of the 25. Showed some of that quickness there on the move. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. Taylor. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. The give to Taylor. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And that ball's going to angle out at the 3-yard line. A beauty.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
57. 57's the mic. I got him. Choke it out. Liz.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay.
Here we go.
And the offensive penalty has us back where we started as they come up on a 1st and 10.
36. Hey, switch gears. Slam. Hey, alert 3.
Hey, take 26. Plant.
Take it.
Hey, echo.
57's the mic. Watch 57.
From the gun, Rodgers. And Rodgers is going to go down in the end zone. It's a safety. So that a double whammy. Not only do you have to give away the football, but the 2 points mean this is now a 2-score game.
And 2 doesn't seem like much, does it? But it means everything in this situation because now they're going to have to look back, and ultimately that might be the play that ends up deciding this game.
And remember, following the safety, you give the football up as well. And they free kick it from the 20 now. And an alley to run.
That's it, baby. We got work.
Here we go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 28-yard line.
Here we go.
So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Cincinnati, they move back over 500 now.
The young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. Incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like